When I was 10 months old, my family went to New Smyrna Beach in Florida. Upon hearing the roar of the ocean and seeing the crashing waves, my eyes got huge, my arms and legs tensed up, and I let out a blood-curdling scream. For 30 minutes, my parents tried to show me that there was nothing to be afraid of, but eventually we just left. Nobody thought much about it except, wow, Adam sure doesn't like the ocean. But as I grew older, random things produced the same reaction in me. I screamed when my feet touched the grass. I screamed when a dog or cat approached me. I screamed when I heard fireworks. Parents didn't know what to do. When I entered elementary school, more differences between me and other kids started to emerge. Buns and Ziploc bags were a struggle. The touch of slime and styrofoam was unsettling. The sound of the fire alarm was painful. I had, and still have, touch and sensory issues that are oddities. Other students did not understand, and eventually, I just stayed away from people, and people stayed away from me. One day, as my parents were checking out of a store, I walked out the front door and stood next to a busy multi-lane road. My body swayed as the cars rushed past. I calmly tossed my snap bracelet into the traffic and watched it explode into a million pieces as it hit a car. Moments later, my parents ran out of the store in a panic and called me away from the road. Life was unbearable. My mom took me to doctor after doctor, but no one knew what was wrong with me. That is until my mom took a chance on a doctor recommended by an acquaintance. Finally, someone knew what was going on. To him, it was obvious what was making life so hard. He saw in the very fact of my being that I had signs of autism. Because autism varies widely in symptom severity, it is a complex condition to diagnose. According to the American Psychiatric Association, autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, is a neurodevelopmental disability involving persistent challenges in social communication, restricted interests, and repetitive behaviors. Doctors use the categories of high-functioning autism, autism, and severe autism to group individuals by their level of impairment. Some people use the term Asperger's. This is just another name for high-functioning autism. Often, it is assumed that individuals with high-functioning autism need the least help and are smart, and individuals with severe autism need the most help and have limited cognitive ability. This is simply not true. I have been diagnosed with high-functioning autism, but I still need a tremendous amount of help because, although minor, I have problems in all areas of the disorder. I had just turned 8 when I received the diagnosis, too late for the early treatment I desperately needed. Catching up came with significant lifestyle changes. After that, my days were filled with occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, psychotherapy, and social skills training. I had biofeedback sessions. I worked with an ABA therapist, completed acceptance commitment therapy and cognitive behavior therapy. I worked with dogs in order to overcome my fear of animals. I ate a gluten-free diet. I learned how to meditate. I hate them all because there were so many and they were difficult. I had to learn all the things that the average person takes for granted every day, like buttoning a button and kicking a ball. I had to learn coping strategies for those things that other people don't notice, but put me into sensory overload. I had to learn how to communicate with others and how to interpret social cues. I even had to learn what a joke is. Research shows that the average autistic child needs 30 to 40 hours a week of therapy to improve. That's over 5 hours a day. How did I fit all this in? With lots and lots of lost free time. If you think all these therapies are expensive, you'd be right. Autism Speaks estimates that, on average, taking care of an autistic child costs $60,000 a year more than those who don't have the condition. That's a lot of money. Even though I still struggle, I've become more confident with each success. I learned that I only move forward if I take chances. I took a chance when I said my first joke. I took a chance when I tried to ride a bike. I took a chance when I got my first job. Not only do I have to take chances, but I also need people to give me a chance. Many individuals with ASD find it hard to work. The employment population rate for people with and without disabilities is released every month by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. For example, in a group of working-age, non-disabled men, about 80% are employed. In the same group of working-age disabled men, only about 35% are employed. Individuals with ASD have some of the lowest rates of employment, estimated at 15 to 25%. As you can see, not many. The odds are stacked against me. I often wonder if I will be able to research and share my ideas. Will society relegate me to a life in the basement? my ideas unheard, my contributions unattained. Why does this matter? Because huge improvements in society have been made by people with disabilities. Consider the impact of Michelangelo and Mozart on the arts. Both were believed to have been autistic. We still revere their works today. And where would civilization be without the science and technological advancements made by Charles Darwin, Albert Einstein, and Sir Isaac Newton, all believed by some to have autistic tendencies? And the contributions continue today. Most people know that the creator of Pokemon, Satoshi Tajiri, is autistic, as is the environmental advocate, Greta Thunberg, and Elon Musk, who's driving improvements in space technology. Our current way of life is not just impacted, but some could claim it is built on the ideas of people that have autistic tendencies. I have bold ambitions. I may not communicate well, but I have other strengths. Just look at this block tower I built in elementary school. It took me over a week to find a way to stabilize it on the uneven carpet. Most adults, let alone children, would have given up, but I persisted. My family still makes an annual trip to the Atlantic Ocean. I still don't like the sound of the beach, but I've learned to appreciate the beauty of the crashing waves. I stand before them in defiance, knowing that while I cannot change how my mind works, I can control what ideas I act upon and what chances I take. Just like how you can control the chances you take and the chances you give others. So the next time you meet someone who's different from you, who may have even offended you, I want you to stop and consider giving them a chance. A chance at a friend, a chance at a job, a chance to try something new. The outcome might just surprise you.